So we are talking about posture. In fact, what we're talking about is how to stay in posture when you're swinging. Something that I see loads of people getting wrong, something that loads of people can struggle with, and it's just understanding a simple concept of how to do it, and it can really help your game. So if you get it right, we're talking about improved strikes, improved consistency, and just general all-round better shots. So what I often see when I'm coaching, particularly with newer golfers, let's say, the ability to stand there and stay in posture at the point of impact, they just struggle with it. Loads of people struggle with this. One of the common ones will be sort of early extension, so as you swing in, pelvis tucks under, chest goes back, and then your hands become very, very flippy through the ball. So you sort of swing down and kind of looks a bit like this, that as you come in, that goes under, you stand up, and this is your impact position. Very flat-footed, and it just doesn't lead to consistent shots. You're going to be struggling with direction, strike, consistency, accuracy, and everything. You've got to time it, occasionally hit some good shots, definitely, but it's not going to be the best result for you. Now what we're looking for is that as you stand there and swing, so it's like if I set up in this position, it's like you want to draw a line around my body, and then as I come into impact, it's trying to feel there, that as I swing through, that I'm more or less staying within that line. So what does that look like? So from a face-on point of view, what we're looking for is to stand there and swing. See this left hip goes slightly forward and the left pocket goes slightly back there. Keeping your head nice and still. That's the absolute key. So there's a few different forces within the golf swing that we have to understand. There's vertical, rotational and lateral. Okay, so obviously the verticals are the going up and downs, rotational is you rotating on the spot, lateral being the side to side. And we need elements of all of these in our golf swing to get good shots, but you need them at the right time. So we need a little bit of vertical force to develop power and stuff like that. We need rotational because obviously we're swinging around our body, but we need a level of lateral movement. Loads of people can get it wrong, so you don't want to be standing there swinging and sliding side to side and not rotating, but similarly, you don't want to be rotating on the spot and having this as your impact position where you're very much leading back. Now, if we're talking about irons, because woods can be slightly different, when you're going to get this wrong, if you stand there and you just feel that there isn't that level of lateral movement, that little bump of the hips going forward, and you just work that left hip backwards, and then your impact position would look something like that. So weight starting to favour the right hand side, me starting to lean back ever so slightly. You're going to see, I see it loads of times when people get to the top, do that move, and throw the club forward and get out there. That's going to be a problem. I mean, obviously that's an exaggeration, but that's going to be a problem. So it's just making sure that you understand how to do it and what it should look like to make sure that you're trying to stay in posture. So our feeling is to stand there, set yourselves up, ball position, stand there, get to the top of your backswing. We want to feel that left hip travelling slightly forward so it's more or less level with your left foot, and then starting to work back. So that's your impact position. Now my head's staying nice and still, that's going to keep me in dynamic posture, that's going to keep me in a good position. So from down the line, as I swing down, left hip forward, I'm there, and then very much turning through like that. That's how you're going to maintain staying down on the ball. Then that's going to lead to just a general all-round better shots, much more consistent ball flights, and just better golf. And that's ultimately what we all want. So it should kind of look something like this. But if you like that video and you're serious about working on your game this year and you want to gain some distance immediately, make sure you check that video out.